Welcome to our channel. Today we're exploring some of the most fascinating borders around the world where the differences on each side will blow your mind. These are not mere lines on a map, but profound demarcations that separate not only territories but also ideologies, ways of life, and destinies. Imagine standing at a point where, with a single step, you could transition into an entirely different reality. One side might pulse with the vibrant energy of a free society, its cities gleaming with technological marvels, and its people expressing a kaleidoscope of opinions. The other, mere meters away, might be shrouded in an enforced silence, a landscape where conformity is paramount. Our journey will take us across continents, from the heavily fortified frontiers of Asia, to the more porous, yet culturally distinct boundaries in Europe and the Americas. Prepare yourselves to witness the sheer power of human division, and the equally powerful resilience of human culture. It is a journey that promises to be both enlightening and, at times, deeply moving. Here, on the Korean Peninsula, we encounter one of the most jarring and heavily militarized borders on Earth, the Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ, separating North and South Korea. This strip of land, ironically named, is anything but demilitarized. On one side, the vibrant, democratic, and technologically advanced Republic of Korea. On the other, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, one of the most isolated and secretive states in the world. Approaching from the south, one sees the infrastructure of a global economic power, gleaming skyscrapers, intricate networks of highways, and cutting-edge technology. Yet as one nears the DMZ, the atmosphere changes. Barbed wire fences, tank traps, and heavily armed soldiers become common sights. Propaganda broadcasts sometimes drift across from the north, a ghostly reminder of the other world that lies just beyond. Looking northward, the landscape tells a different story. From observation posts, one can glimpse into North Korea. The vibrant colors of the south give way to more muted tones. The bustling activity is replaced by a more regimented, almost eerily quiet existence. Infrastructure appears less developed, the buildings more utilitarian, and the land cultivated in a manner that speaks of a different economic reality. The lives of the people on either side are profoundly different. In the south, individuals pursue a vast array of dreams and opportunities, their lives enriched by access to global information and cultural exchange. In the north, life is lived under the pervasive influence of the state. Information is tightly controlled, and the narrative presented to its citizens is one of unwavering loyalty to its leadership. The border itself is a theater of this division. At Panmunjom, the joint security area, soldiers from both sides stand mere feet apart, a constant, silent confrontation. Even the night sky tells a tale of two Koreas. Satellite imagery reveals a South Korea ablaze with light, its cities and towns forming a brilliant constellation. North Korea, by contrast, is largely shrouded in darkness, with only a few faint glimmers around its capital, Pyongyang. The human cost of this division is immeasurable. Millions of families remain separated with little to no contact across the border. Ultimately, the Korean border is more than just a line. It is a symbol of the Cold War's lingering shadows and a profound human drama. It serves as a powerful reminder of how political decisions can cleave a people and a land, creating two vastly different worlds within sight of each other. We now journey to the Americas, to a border that stretches for nearly 2,000 miles, separating the United States of America from the United Mexican States. This is a frontier of immense economic, cultural, and demographic significance, a place where two vastly different worlds meet, mingle, and sometimes clash. On the northern side, the United States presents an image of immense wealth and global power. Its border towns, while varying in prosperity, are generally characterized by extensive infrastructure and large-scale commercial enterprises. The economic disparity is perhaps the most immediately striking feature. The United States boasts one of the world's largest and most diversified economies, offering opportunities that draw people from across the globe. South of this line lies Mexico, a nation rich in history, culture, and natural resources, yet grappling with different economic realities and societal challenges. Its border cities are vibrant, often chaotic, hubs of activity, where the Spanish language and a distinctly Latin American culture hold sway. The cultural exchange across this border is immense and continuous. Music, food, traditions, and family ties flow in both directions, creating a unique borderland culture that is a blend of both nations. The lifestyle differences are also palpable. In many U.S. border communities, life can be highly structured, driven by schedules and the pursuit of economic advancement. In Mexican border towns, while life is certainly not without its pressures, there is often a more fluid approach to time and a greater emphasis on social interaction and communal celebration. The border itself is a landscape of contrasts. In some areas, formidable fences and walls mark the divide, patrolled by border agents and monitored by advanced surveillance technology. The challenges faced by communities on both sides are also distinct, though often interconnected. Yet, amidst these challenges, there is also a remarkable resilience and a spirit of cooperation. The border is not just a line of division but also a zone of interaction and mutual influence. Our journey now takes us to the Indian subcontinent, to a border born from one of the most tumultuous and tragic events of the 20th century, the partition of British India in 1947. The Radcliffe Line, which demarcates the boundary between India and Pakistan, is more than just a political division. It is a scar etched deep into the collective memory of millions. On the Indian side, one encounters a nation of staggering diversity, a vibrant, chaotic, and deeply spiritual democracy. It is a land of ancient civilizations, a multitude of languages, religions, and cultural practices, all coexisting within a single, vast republic. Across the border in Pakistan, one finds a nation founded on the premise of providing a homeland for the Muslims of the subcontinent. While it too possesses a rich cultural heritage, its identity is more explicitly tied to Islam. The cultural differences, while stemming from shared roots, have diverged significantly over the decades. In India, the influence of Bollywood, a diverse culinary landscape, and a wide array of festivals reflect its pluralistic nature. In Pakistan, there is a distinct emphasis on Urdu poetry, Qawwali music, and Islamic traditions. The political relationship between India and Pakistan has been fraught with tension and conflict since their inception. Several wars have been fought, and the unresolved issue of Kashmir remains a dangerous flashpoint. The Wagah Atari border ceremony, a daily military practice, is a theatrical and highly symbolic display of this rivalry. Economically, both nations have pursued different paths. Despite the animosity at the state level, there are deep, often unacknowledged cultural and familial ties that bind many people across the border. These commonalities are a poignant reminder of what was lost during partition and what could, perhaps, one day be rediscovered. We now travel to the western edge of the Mediterranean, where the continents of Europe and Africa nearly touch. Here, the Strait of Gibraltar separates Spain from Morocco, a mere 9 miles of water at its narrowest point. On the northern shore, in Spain, particularly in Andalusia, the legacy of centuries of Moorish rule is vividly apparent. The architecture, with its intricate tilework, horseshoe arches, and serene courtyards, speaks of a time when this region was a beacon of Islamic civilization in Europe. The lifestyle in southern Spain is distinctly European, yet infused with a Mediterranean warmth and a relaxed pace that sets it apart. A short ferry ride across the strait transports one to an entirely different world, Morocco. Here, the sights, sounds, and smells immediately signal a shift to North African and Islamic culture. The call to prayer echoes through the bustling Medinas, ancient walled cities with labyrinthine alleyways, vibrant souks overflowing with spices, carpets, and handcrafted goods. The architectural landscape in Morocco, while sharing some historical roots with Andalusia through a shared Moorish past, has evolved along its own distinct path. Culturally, Morocco offers a rich tapestry of Arab, Berber, and African influences. The economic realities also differ significantly. Spain, despite regional disparities, is a developed nation with a high standard of living. Morocco, while having made significant economic progress, is a developing country with different challenges and opportunities. The Strait of Gibraltar itself is one of the world's busiest shipping lanes, a strategic choke point that has been coveted and controlled by various powers throughout history. The interaction between Spain and Morocco is not solely one of contrast. There is also a long history of exchange and mutual influence. This border, then, is a fascinating meeting point of continents and civilizations. It highlights how a relatively small geographical separation can maintain and foster remarkably different ways of perceiving and interacting with the world. Our final destination takes us to northern Europe, to the Scandinavian peninsula, where we explore the border between Norway and Sweden. Unlike other borders, this one is not defined by conflict or economic disparity. It presents a nuanced study in contrasts, revealing differences in landscape, social policy, and national character. Both nations share a Viking heritage, similar languages, and a commitment to social democracy. Norway's dramatic coastline is defined by majestic fjords and rugged mountains. Sweden, by contrast, has gentler topography with vast forests and countless lakes. Norway's economy benefits from significant oil wealth, while Sweden has a diversified industrial base. The border is one of the longest and most peaceful in Europe, winding through forests and mountains. Despite their close kinship, friendly rivalries exist, often played out in sports or jokes. This Scandinavian example shows that even closely aligned nations can have fascinating differences. Our journey across these remarkable borders has revealed just how profoundly a line on a map can shape human existence. From the stark, ideological chasm of the Korean DMZ to the subtle cultural nuances between Norway and Sweden, each border tells a unique story of history, politics, and the incredible adaptability of human societies. These divisions, whether born of conflict, colonial legacy, or the gradual drift of cultures, serve as powerful reminders of the forces that both unite and separate us. Yet even in the face of formidable barriers, we've also glimpsed the threads of connection, shared histories, cultural exchange, and the simple human desire to understand what lies beyond the horizon. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content.